All right. Hello. We are back with another game, another series for our Tuesday evening. Oh, wait. What? It's the Saturday evening one. Yeah, we're playing on Tuesday. That's very weird. Maybe they should start the Teal League instead of the Seal League, guys. But even their team name, Saturday Night Out. Just kidding. I'm in my jammies. They're gonna have to change their team name.
How would you know it's Tuesday and not Thursday?
That's a great question. I think I've seen some universities do like the TH and the TU.
Thiel?
Yeah.
The Thiel season one?
Both of these teams are 4-0 coming into this. This is our third week still. A postponed game. One of them has to lose. They're not both ending up coming out of here in a 6-0, so one of them is going to be losing a game.
10 seconds remain.
I have to give the advantage to Jammies because they have the better banner.
Yeah, I think that's solid win percentage analysis right there. I only did a cursory glance at Phylacrity boys in their drafts the last couple of games, but I have seen this Slardar and Axe are seemingly banned against them every game. So I'm going to assume that their offlaner's a bit of a spammer of those two heroes. They have played quite a bit of Legion, so that seems to be their go-to response when those two get taken out of the game. Meanwhile, for Jammies, they don't really have anything they've been like spamming non-stop in every single series. Probably the closest thing to it is this Disruptor, which we see coming banned out. Kind of a Rhea specialty that he styled on, especially in that first series that we saw.
5 seconds remain. Dire must choose.
Another core band. That's all 4 bans spent on cores. Maybe it could be a support sniper. But it's interesting to see you have 2 support bans from Phylacrity boys. Both teams targeting different stuff.
They played Sniper in their last game. Let me see if that was actually mid or not. 1 second here.
Hoodwink. Oh, I think Drabs played Hoodwink when we casted him a week ago, when Abravio was casting. I think there was a very good Hoodwink. So I'm excited, looking forward to this.
5 seconds to back.
Techies, we saw Ipatron on the Techies also a couple of days ago when they were.
You mean EA? You mean EPA Tronix?
Yes, EPA Tronix was standing in for a team, and they played Techies very well. So I already like these 2 pause 4 openers.
5 seconds remain.
Yeah, it looks like Blackberry Boys did go Emu mid Sniper. He went 11-1 and 26 on it. So they kind of crushed that game. They won in 32 minutes, 54-13. So I think that's probably just a respect ban off of their recent performance on it. It was actually Centaur Slardar are the 2 heroes that have been banned for them just about every time. And they managed to get their hands on the Axe in that game. And Dimitri popped off as well, going 17-2 and 17 on that. So just kind of trying to push them out of their comfort zone a bit. Centaur not banned so far against Phylacrity boys, so curious if Jammies end up taking them out in this next ban here.
5 seconds remain. Radiant's turn to pick.
Ursa ban.
Might be looking to get.
They've only played Ursa once. Maybe they picked the Centaur themselves?
Yes, that they don't want to get countered by the Ursa. But they prioritize the Ringmaster over that offlaner.
As a Centaur player, I see both these two supports. I do not care about them. I would happily pick Centaur into this game, paired up with a Hoodwink in the offlane, very strong lane.
5 seconds.
Either Jammies has a plan and are hoping to bait Phylactery into picking Centaur here, or they've kind of helped cover a lot of really concerning bases for the Centaur. Like, there's no Viper, there's no Ursa. You're just kind of chilling, looking at these heroes and already pairing into what would be a very strong offlane. So I think I'd like to see Centaur come out for Phylactery boys here.
Turn to pick.
Grab that Centaur, say thank you for the Ursa ban. We appreciate that very much.
10 seconds. 5 seconds remain.
And now I would assume Phylactery is going to pick their 5 here, would be my guess. I don't think you want to pick a core yet. And you can pick a 5 that plays well into both these heroes.
You know, it's not really meta right now, but I was thinking Oracle, because it could purge the Ringmaster box. You can use the Oracle Q to dispel. But Clockwork's okay as well.
10.
I like Clock as someone who can get on top. It makes it hard for techies to be able to cast his spells, his launch off, if you get on top of him. I'm interested to see if they throw the Hoodwink 5 or if they throw the Clock 5. I don't really love a Clock Centaur lane, I won't lie.
Clock 5
I think there's
is
a lot of
decent.
ranged heroes. I think Clock 5 is really good and can also free you up to be able to pick yourself a ranged carry. You can go like Drow, something like that, and be very, very strong in lane.
Yeah. You actually... I like it even more. You mentioned against the techies, because when you put cogs down, techies can't blast off in. While he's in the air, the cogs will push him back and cancel the animation. So, very good pick. I'm sure that's what they were thinking of, you know.
I mean, I would hope if they left the techies unbanned that they would come up with some sort of a solution.
Storm Spirit.
And Storm coming out for Jimmy's here. There's a fair amount of stuns, but also some kind of unreliable stuns.
Yeah,
so,
it's the... if you're a good Storm Spirit, then it's great, because all of these stuns have a very visible animation or projectile, so you can dodge them.
5 seconds.
But you are going into 3 stuns.
if you get caught by one, you're going to get caught by multiple of them, and you're probably going to die. But if you're able to play around them, there's not a lot that you're too concerned about seeing these heroes.
And you do have a Ringmaster as well to give you the save, so...
That's true.
I like the Timber, very good against the Hoodwink. You can never really get stunned as a Timber Saw. You throw your Chakram out, and on its way back, it'll always cut the tree that Hoodwink is trying to stun you
10
to.
seconds.
Now, I've been spamming this hero quite a bit in my pubs,
Remain.
but looking at the heroes that I'm seeing out of jammies, if I'm Phylactery boys, I am slamming Omni Knight Core, pause 1, right here. Gives you damage to deal with this Timber Saw. You throw Repel on, you do not care about any of these heroes. You eat both these supports for lunch, breakfast, and dinner, and you don't care about Storm either. I think you're able to farm super freely in this game. Timber doesn't get to bully you out of lane. Even though you're a strength hero, the pure damage is just way too much.
I like Ember a lot against the Storm, and the lane is just a skill lane, right? Both heroes are equally matched. It depends just who the better mid laner is, so it's going to be exciting to watch.
10 seconds. seconds remain.
But very clearly, both teams need a safe
It
laner.
is Radiant's ban.
So that's what the bans are going to be targeting.
I like the cling span. I probably at this point, I don't want to play Drow into Timbersaw in the lane, especially with the techies. That's just a recipe for Drow dying once, and then you're just kind of stuck in a cycle where you're just going to get jumped over and over again. Even if you have this clockwork or hoodwink protecting you, I think it's too much. I probably would get the Drow out if I'm on Phylactery side. It really clears up your Centaur to be able to have a guaranteed good lane. And against this Timbersaw who can disrupt a lot of the things that Centaur wants to do in the mid game, feeling like a just raid boss, I want to prioritize this Centaur having a good lane as much as possible. And Drow's one of those heroes that you just get hit with ice arrows over and over and over again in the lane, and even with your passive, it's very annoying to deal with. And they banned the jug that Festival played last game.
Or does Lifestealer suffer? I don't know.
I think if Lifestealer's ahead, he's fine. I think if they're even and in the lane, I don't know if Lifestealer loves that.
It might be.
I think it's
bad
probably a
since
support diff lane.
Clockwork, yeah, his support will be sad because of the Timbersaw. They're gonna ban the Drow themselves. Okay. There's plenty of reserve time for Phylacrity boys, but jammies are only down to 10 seconds of reserve time.
I think this Omni is really good.
5 seconds.
Let me think about this. There's a world that safe lane SF could be really good.
Yeah.
You cogs in, so you're able to get, like super strong hero, able to get all your spells off effectively. Does Slark just die because he doesn't have enough HP?
Probably. Terrorblade doesn't have enough HP either, right?
No, I also think Terrorblade's just a bad hero right now.
He tries his best.
His soul is fragmented. This hero has sustain.
I literally was just about to say Bloodseeker.
That's good.
I worry he's maybe a little too squishy at like level 4, level 5.
10 seconds.
I think if he gets a stick and
5 seconds.
one stat item, whether that's the Wraith Band or the Bracer, he should be fine to not get fully bursted and then getting his heal off the passive. That's going to be a carry tiny. Festival Storm?
No.
No, it's
a
mid-tiny. And Festival Storm. Bro! They're doing it again! Jammies. Coming back.
It's just every time we cast them, Festival's just going to pick some fucking mid-hero and go safe lane.
Hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Both teams 4-0. Game 1 of this series. Everyone rocking some cool sets. Especially Envy.
GSKW did style pretty hard on that tiny on those week 1 games that we casted of theirs. So I wonder if they actually picked this Storm knowing that Festival wanted to run it, or once this Emperor was picked, they wanted to avoid that matchup and instead went with the tiny.
Prediction?
I think if this Bloodseeker doesn't die in his first 3 levels, he should be fine. if he dies at any point in the lane in the first 3 levels, I'm pretty concerned.
Yeah, and it'll be up to the Clockwork kind of to see, are you able to position to so that you're zoning out the techies without the Timber Saw killing you with his spells.
It's not going to be easy. That's a real you can get eaten pretty quickly, especially you have to keep in mind you're going to lose those stats at the same time that you have a lot of burst damage coming out of this techies. So in the same way that I'm concerned about Bloodseeker dying in the first 3 levels, Bloodseeker's game can be really hard if they're able to punish this Clockwork as a strength hero in the lane, and then force the Bloodseeker into a 1v2 during that time the Clock's respawning.
An ephemeral masterpiece.
Both teams are smoked. They will be meeting in the bottom jungle. Smoke pops.
I think the real question of this game... Oh, what a
Clockwork
dagger off the
gets
bat.
slowed, but no follow-up from J. Oh, they find the stun here, and the Cogs to pull him back. Festival in trouble.
They have the blood grenade.
They get the stun. Nice
Huge
blast off
launch.
onto 4. Any return kills here. They will find Clockwork. Rhea gets the kill on Seal. GSKW throws a tree in anger. His first blood.
Something to keep an eye on. Dimitri did indeed go the facet that I despise of Counter-Strike. So he has cost himself 1,500 gold off the bat of this game. But I'm sure it's going to be just fine.
Yeah, the other facet gives you boots for free, so
Crucible of greatness.
we do enjoy free money.
And an extra item slot, which is very valuable, especially on a hero that it's conceptually it's an interesting argument, because I think that you can make up the damage that you get from this double-edged facet via having an extra item slot and more gold to work with. But the idea behind the Counter-Strike facet is, okay, well, I don't have a lot of damage on this hero, so I'm going to get this to have damage. I just don't really know if the trade-off is worth it. I guess in theory it's better against this Timber Saw, actually, to be able to do higher burst damage. So we'll see how it pays out or pays off here. It could work theoretically in this game, specifically against a hero like Timber that you want to be able to have higher burst damage against.
Another Cogs here. The Patron will just attack it with the help of Danathan. No problem.
And I don't know how this Tiny Ember matchup really goes.
Yeah, it looks like Tiny with Tree level 1, he was able to secure pretty much all his CS, same as Ember, so even in the first 2 waves, might be maxing the Flame Shield on Emu here, which is good against the Tiny mid. Top lane Danathan taking some damage from the Cogs and Bloodrite combo. Cogs on their own burn a lot of mana, honestly. Once they get level 2, it's a very, very scary spell.
Timber does already have 9 charges on that stick. Both supports are going to unblock their camps. This Clock should be able to feel strong enough. Yep. He's going to be able to win the camp battle, body block the techies.
Another Cogs.
Gets him in Cogs. Should get silenced here.
Into
He doesn't
another
have
Cog
launch.
pushback. Patron
Battery
running
Assault
away.
doesn't hit him.
The body blocks from Danathan. Well played, saving your techies. So there's this build of Greaves on Storm Spirit. It's usually a mid lane Storm, but this safe lane Storm is going shreds.
Yeah, I don't think you can afford to
Fight
if you're
bottom.
going pause 1.
Yeah, Drabs has to use the stick to survive there. And the Lotus Flower is spawning in a couple of seconds. Festival will be glad to grab that. Very useful on Storm. Both health and mana, uses both resources very efficiently.
Ooh,
Tiny now
and they
taking
get the
some damage.
flag creep denied bottom. The Centaur is not getting the last hits that I would expect out of this lane, to be honest. Maybe it's they've been trying to do more harass and he's more been concentrated on that, but I think it's a lane you can farm in very effectively if you're Centaur. So a little concerning to see him behind in that regard, but maybe it starts shaping up once he gets some points into his retaliate and is less bothered by the harass coming in on him.
He went a second point and
mid.
stomp. I think they might be trying for more kills down there. Yeah, GSKW takes a lot of damage from the Flame Guard. Does not fully pop it. Can't break it, so he takes some damage there. Top lane, another Cogs. This time on Danathan.
No reactive armor
dead.
yet, so he's taking a lot of damage that he's gonna have to tango up to recover off of. And he's got this soul ring to be able to deal with the mana break from this power cogs hits, but at the same time, if his HP is low, he doesn't really want a soul ring too much.
GSKW gets rooted. Level 3 Flame Guard. How deep will he go here for this kill? The creep tanks a little.
He should get
bit
this.
of the tower hits. And Chain's Slight. That's a dead Tiny. Bot lane. Drabs. Slowed. Blood Grenade will find the kill. Dimitri trying to get a return kill, and that's a lot of damage from the facet. Dimitri kills Festival. Envy.
He needs to tango up immediately.
Envy with the fart cushion. Whoopee cushion. I think fart cushion is a better name for it. Getting the return kill. Because you take more. Like, when the double damage is increased, or the double edge damage is increased, you still take more from that extra damage.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. So he did a lot of damage, but he took a lot.
He
It's
gave as good as he got.
Mm-hmm. Bot lane,
And he
Clockwork
still doesn't
TP
have a
bot
point in
after
retaliate.
respawning. Seal TP'd. They might get a kill here on Festival if they're not careful. Actually, Bushwhack on Envy. Throws a dagger out. Will he
this
overstep?
clock can find it.
Seal finds the cogs.
Oh, he gets him in the cogs.
And that's a kill on Envy.
The trank speed just too fast.
Mid. Toss on the Ember Spirit. Emu's dead. GSKW.
Toss into the blast off.
Death summary.
Blast off's on cooldown now.
Yeah, Blastoff didn't do damage to him. He was low beforehand from an Ava toss combo. As another toss on Seal here by the tier 1. Envy Rhea chasing him down, slowing with the daggers. Very good spell usage there. GSKW has a toss in 1 second. And that's a dead Clockwork. 10 kills in the opening 6 minutes of this game so far. And it's even. Less than 1k lead to James. Net worth as well looks very even between the cores.
And Centaur's got a
Wisdom's coming
third
up
point in
soon.
double edge. This is kind of another reason why I conceptually struggle with this facet is you get this spell, and in theory, it should allow you to be able to farm faster because you're able to kill creeps faster, but it takes so much of your HP pool, and you see he's building to phase boots even still right now, so he's only sitting at 10 HP per second regen, which is nice for most heroes, but when you're doing as much damage to yourself as this does, it really builds up.
Pogs pushes him out of the range of Dimitri, but they still get the hoop stomp. Envy gets the save
Let's take
off,
your
just for now. Actually, Patron in with the 3-man stun, which was just a beautiful save. It doesn't turn into a kill. I really thought someone was gonna die there. Envy did die to Seal in the background. Danathan is level 6. Second chakra misses. Seal trying to run away, but has the sticky bomb to seal their fate.
Very interesting that he used the rupture on the ringmaster. I do feel like Festival dies there 100% if he just uses it on the
I think
on
maybe
the storm.
he thought
The save had already come out.
that he was either already dead on Storm, or, you know, Storm can use ulti to get out of it. I understand he doesn't have ulti. So you're like, oh, I'll never ulti the Storm, because he can always zip.
Yeah, this is just a weird situation now.
GSKW opted for treads instead of the blink, so even though we have 12 kills, he wants to slow the game down a little bit and farm.
Where's in?
Emu does not want to slow down. He wants violence, and he wants it now. There's still 3 heroes bottom here for Phylacrity, boys. Bushwhack misses.
It's really difficult now. Also, one of the downsides of not going horsepower into max retaliate.
Festival
A
TP's
push
in,
tower
has
is
his
incredibly
6.
slow.
Goes in on Seal. Missed the blast off, but Tiny's in. Hoop Stomp. The toss away to get the kill on Seal.
He has no
Avalanche.
mana on Emu.
Emu's in, uses stick to get some mana back. GSKW gets the second kill, Dimitri down now. Festival gets stunned. Bushwhack, is it enough to get GSKW? No, he's alive. Emu does not have enough mana. Gets mangoed. Slight. Chains? Only level 1 chains, doesn't last long. And Festival's able to zip forward and get the kill. As Ipatron thinking about the blast off. It will connect with the Ringmaster ultimate. Drabs falls. Seal gets the return kill. And Dimitri as well kills the techies. That was a lot of heroes that died over and over again.
Was that a fairly even trade?
No. The mid for Jimmy's got away with a sliver of HP while Emu on the
Oh yeah, the time.
Ember
Yeah.
died there. It was a pretty costly engagement for Phylactery boys. Good kill though on this Timber. That does help.
Yeah, they find him with a Bushwhack into Silence combo as a hookshot connects on Ipatron. Cogs, the Silence actually lands on Festival. But a nice
don't have
box
enough here.
save here to keep him alive. What is this box spell called? Escape Act. Okay, Festival knows his limits. He's a really good store player. Dude, this is going to be an entertaining game. As he knows his limits, Festival goes, collects a kill, and escapes. Stampede bottom for safety. Dimitri was afraid of the Timber Saw.
Trickster's rule of illusion.
Oh, Cinthor's gonna go jungle here, but when he's done jungling, he's gonna struggle to show back up into the lane against Timber, because Timber's just gonna kill him with the amount of HP that he's
Yeah.
gonna lose.
A couple of
He's gonna
TPs going top here. Seal has hookshot in a
just has
second.
Brawl.
We'll get Cogs onto GSKW. With the Rupture and the pushback from the Cogs, a lot of damage to GSKW, but he's able to get the Avatos combo. Dimitri's down, Seal gets the hookshot, and then dies to Festival's auto attack. Festival is going to dodge the Silence. And now Emu's TPing in, full mana, has a regen rune. He wants revenge.
Oh, they can get
But
this kill
Envy, with the nice usage of the tricks up their sleeve, they're going to be able to run away and escape. Mid tower under siege by the techies and the Timbersaw, both very crazy people with beautiful personalities. The characters, not the humans. Timber is going mech. I like that. I was mentioning the Greaves earlier on Storm Spirit. I've seen Shadow Fiend, Storm Spirit, and Timbersaw getting Greaves because the heroes already do so much damage. You increase your damage output by surviving longer.
Oh,
Top lane,
Bloodseeker, what were we doing?
They find GRA Nola. No, they find Granola. And
Or is it someone's granola?
yes. Granola.
It's a interesting wave that he felt confident that he could kill by that top tower.
Yeah, because I was watching his team like go aggressively on the Timbersaw, which is why I missed the kill. So it was unfortunate misstep there as the Radiant Tier 1 Emu will play a little bit of Minesweeper with this nice Flame Shield. He did go the talent for more Flame Guard absorption. A Smoke from Festival. He has a Soul Ring and a Kaya, so that's a lot of mana to work with. GSKW. Smoke will pop onto Emu. We'll find the Avalanche. Toss into the Impalement. No, the Impalement is the E. Tame the Beast. Not enough to get the kill. As he opted for a Cloak before finishing that Spirit Vessel. So, Emu, definitely tankier than your average Ember Spirit.
I think against all this, the Storm and the Techies especially, along with the Burst coming out with the Tiny, you're just facing so much magic damage. It's way too value to pass up on.
Yeah.
And something that's always core against the Storm is just understanding that his damage comes from his mana. So the more magic res that you have, raindrops, cloak, pipes, things like that, it's not only just going to reduce the damage coming to you, but it's causing him to have to spend more resources. That is where his damage comes from. So once that's out, then you are able to actually look at, hey, we have removed a hero out of his engagement. So just great to stack that across everybody.
Yeah,
Quick
and
raindrops, check.
The pipe
They
is
only have one.
the item that Dimitri's going for before the blink. So he's got the blade mail and going for pipe. Blink is queued up after the pipe, though.
I think I might just get the cloak, blink, and then finish pipe after that, but I don't think going pipe first is bad.
Yeah.
I think I'd probably want something to be able to... Because it's kind of hard to... In this situation, I want to be able to use a Stampede to be able to kite out. And again, make this Storm have to zip further into you, be able to get away from the Blast Off, the Tiny, the Timber. Like, you need to make them move around. So I don't think you can really afford to be using Stampede as a get-in spell. I get the idea behind the pipe itself is let's be strong enough that they have to come into us. But that's also how the Radiant lineup wants to play. They do want to come into you. So I think I'd rather see that cloak blink, but I don't think the pipe is really that bad.
Timbersaw gets bushwhacked, hookshot, and killed. Dimitri claims the last hit there. Blink Avatos onto 3. Drabs, the first to fall. Festival realizes Dimitri's too tanky, changes targets onto Emu.
Oh.
Bit low on mana now, Festival. Can't get the kill on Emu. Patron drops the Mind Sign. And the nice Ringmaster ult, but they're running away from it. GSKW blinks in, doesn't have his spells available. The TP out from Centaur. He's alive, and Clockwork just walked away.
This Storm has no mana.
Festival is still playing with no mana, yet he's gonna find the kill on Emu. Oh, that is costly. Granola
very late TP out of this
TP's in
Bloodseeker
after
to
the
come
fight
in.
ends.
that stampede play is exactly what I was talking about beforehand. You see the way that they jump in, they get the initial blast off, they stampede out. Festival uses so much of his mana going in there, and it ultimately results in them having to go way further than they want to, where they want to take that battle at the tier 1. Instead of taking place in those stairs in the dire jungle area. And by that point in time, Festival's very low on mana, does not have a lot of damage to put out, so it's really up to GSKW on the Tiny to be able to kill when his toss avalanches off cooldown. So they were able to get good things for jammies out of that, but that's sort of the way that you should envision these fights if you're going to be Phylactery boys. You really need to kite them out, make them use more resources, being able to get to you, and just kind of bait them into the areas that you want to fight in.
Mm-hmm. Jammies are taking a play out of the Phylacrity boys' book, and Tiny has bought a Phylactery. You can't beat them, join them.
And I'm curious to see, we see jammies coming in, this techie's dewarding. Are we going to get an engagement that happens for this 20-minute Tormentor? I think both sides would really like to get this. I'd like to see more of an emphasis within these amateur leagues at trying to get something done at 20 minutes for this Tormentor. And I think Phylactery boys have the ability to fight this if they want to.
Yeah, Patron is already on it though with the mines down. So it's gonna be an uphill battle for Phylacrity boys.
500 gold away from the pipe if you're Centaur here, so if they can get to that, then I think they can deal with these mines effectively.
Yeah, this
be
Timber
able to get into there.
will help. He gets an assist on that. Catching him off with a hook
Also, if they just take portal
combo.
They only have to deal with one mine, so...
Yeah, they take the portal, they don't have to deal with the mines. Maybe only 2 of them.
Yeah, I think that one at the bottom left-hand side of the stairs probably goes off. And they should scout this out.
Yeah,
I think they saw the techies for a second there. Maybe he managed to get to the left before that rocket hit.
mid lane Bushwhack will miss. Festival bought a Manta style to get rid of the slight chains as well as the blink avalanche toss onto Granola. Just testing the limits here. GSKW is like, this is how much damage I could do to you. This is my lane. Get out of here.
And Granola's circling the Tormentor. And they're starting to migrate there.
Yes, hookshot is available.
This clock definitely needs to be the first one to go in.
He is gonna find Cogs, does not connect, pushes him out. Avalanche to keep him at bay. Gets the blink out. GSKW, Stampede. Are they gonna go aggressively here? The mines,
Glimmer
first
in.
mine pops.
Yes.
Glimmer into the mines. Clockwork, well played there. And Drabs clears a couple on this side.
I think they need this Ember to jump into
Festival
it
is
in some way,
TPing
shape,
in.
or form.
He has full mana.
Woodwink will perish.
Blink, Avatos, and blast off, but it's only a 20-second
They're just gonna give
respawn
it up.
timer. Okay, I was just gonna argue for it's only a 20-second respawn timer.
I'm right there with you. I actually think you could have stayed and kept this contested until the Hoodwink was up, but
Yeah.
they will give it up.
And now we're starting to see a lead develop here for Jammies.
We'll have Emu bottle a DD middle.
Very, very strong spell. This hero's damage is a lot. Now you give him a DD, it'll be a lot more.
Is it emotional damage or physical damage?
It's emotional. Yeah.
He's going Sond before Kaya.
Just valuing the raw HP, maybe if he gets caught by blast off. Because in terms of stuns, there aren't that many, so he just needs to survive the burst. Seal uses the Glimmer Cape to survive for a few seconds and then gets caught by Festival. Hookshot to get Festival
you
silenced
found me.
by the Bloodrite, but a Manta to dispel that. GSKW with the toss gets the kill.
Well, I feel like Phylactery boys are playing very scared right now, and I don't think they need to. They have damage. It's a little odd. The top fight went well for them, and since then they've just played very timid. They hit this pipe timing. Speaking of which, he just pops it. Thank you for the demonstration.
We have our
I'm
open
not
mic
entirely
so
sure
we hear
what
everything.
they're. I appreciate it, Dimitri. But I'm not sure, and they won't give up this tier 2 without a fight, it seems. But I think they've given up far too much of this map here. They do have ways of fighting this. I'd like to see them actually kind of push this a little bit further. I wonder if they feel a little awkward because they don't have a clear way of starting these fights without Clockwork going in, and he's going to die if he goes in, or this Ember going in, and they want to wait until this Centaur blink. But to be honest, I think you give up too much of the map if you wait for that.
Yeah. GSKW almost has his blink, or sorry, BKB, as he's gonna blink onto the Clockwork. Seal in trouble. Glimmer Cape, no detection. He's gonna be fine. Oh, misses the hook shot. Festival gets the kill. Blink from GSKW does not find the Bloodseeker. It seems that Granola is waiting for his BKB, still feels weak, but I think like you mentioned, the pipe is very strong, and on top of that, you have the Sleight of Fist with Mage Slayer. Like, Ember is gonna make everyone's damage reduced. So Granola might be tankier than he thinks, but choosing the safer way of waiting for BKB is also an option.
And I think importantly, you noted the lack of stuns coming out on Jammy's side. If you're this Bloodseeker, you just have to recognize you're not going to be the first person in. You have spells to be able to do damage, give you that movement speed that you can move in and out of these engagements. I actually think it's very valuable for him once he has this Sanjin Yasha that he's able to tank up quite a bit. You can take a couple spells, retreat, reset, come back in, clean up kills. They have ways of being able to poke these guys, reposition, and take longer engagements. The whole thing about this Jammy's lineup is they want a very quick fight. But if you're looking on the side of Phylactery boys, they have ways of being able to sustain through these fights. So I'd just like to see them play a little bit more confident.
Seal probably looking just to survive there with the hookshot.
I think Seal's probably going a little crazy right now because everything about this hero, he wants to take some skirmishes. He wants to take some engagements. He wants to find some pickoffs. And right now, he seemingly just doesn't really have any cores that want to do that with him. So he's doing his best to find farm where he can, going for this 4-staff. And
Festival gives vision for GSKW, gets the Avatos into the stun. Stampede finally comes to save him, and a big rupture onto GSKW, who is stuck in the cogs. Blastoff connects. Seal finally dies after the pipes makes them survive for so long. Festival, very low, has to escape.
no mana.
Dropping low, taking damage from the vessel. That is all 5 dead. Team wipe. And guess what? Granola doesn't have BKP.
This is exactly what I was talking about.
I want to watch it back. The
have a fight
Centaur
happen.
and Clock survived for so long. Look at the amount of damage they took here.
Do you think they'll go for a Roshan with this space?
That would be...
Not with the timing that they're coming up in terms of respawns. I think that's the next objective they look for, but unfortunately the respawn for Jammies is a little too fast. I don't think they have the damage to kill Roche that quickly.
Good, because I was going to say it's a great idea. You should go objectives. You want a team fight? Let's go objectives.
It's
And
normally
then you
I
lose
agree
the
with that
Roche fight,
sentiment.
and then you lose the game.
They don't have Stampede. They didn't have Rupture. At that point in time, they just got their first Fire Remnant up on this Ember. So if they respawn on the side of Jammies and just TP to their outpost, I think that's a situation that Phylactery just get wiped at Roshan and then ultimately probably just give up that Roshan with the damage they did.
Centaur
As
build.
BKB is now done on GSKW, but matching the timing exactly, Granola gets his BKB. So, as I was talking about their spells being off cooldown, they're about to get their third, or they just got their second Fire Remnant. I love this smoke. Look to go take some sort of a pick-offs here.
Yeah, and they picked up the Veil on Emu, so a bit more damage as well coming out from them. I think it looks like
It's a really good
Festival
find if
is
they can get it. This is
gonna
be
get
hard.
hookshot.
Oh, what
Blink,
in the world?
stun into the silence. Festival dead. He thought it was just a clockwork lost in the woods, but it was you who's lost in the woods, son. Festival's also going for a Shivas.
Structures are fortified.
I feel like they've been going on this clock a lot, but the clock has always been he's been on his side of the map when he's been gone on, and he's been pushing waves sort of aggressively in the dead lane. That's immediately, if you see a clock that far up, I would probably feel a sense of warning of something weird's going on. And I like the clock. I actually wish he would stay here. I kind of hate him going bottom. I would really like to see him set up an OBS in this Tormentor area. Torm's going to be up in 2 minutes here. Fight to get control of this and keep this top wave shoved out. If you can control this corner area of the top left and make sure that the wave is always pushing in the direction of the Radiant, you're going to prevent those techies from being able to set up these mines. You can clear out these mines, and then you can guarantee yourself a Tormentor. So I want to see them sort of move at least their support duo, maybe their Centaur up there, and start to control sort of that left top quadrant of the map. And we talked about the Greaves on the Timber. He finishes the Greaves and then goes Blink right after. It's interesting because I normally like Blink on Timber, but in this situation, because you went this Greaves and then you went Blink right after, he's gone 2 straight items with 0 damage. And he is going to build into the Ags here. He's almost got this finished, which is going to be really nice, but we kind of talked earlier in the game about how much burst damage they have.
They don't have the stuns. Emu's fine.
So I'm not positive how effective this Ags on the Timber is going to be. I kind of would have liked to seen him build a Kaya or something like that just to give him some damage, because he spends all this gold to get Guardian Greaves, which is a great item, and then spends 2,000 gold to get an item that gives him no stats. So he's going to have to get a lot of use out of this Ags, because he has a lot of damage to make up for. But I do worry about him just dying too fast to be able to make it really a value purchase.
Bottom tower, they're gonna try to defend it. Danathan blinks in. Gets the slow from Chakram, but not enough as the cogs keep him blocked backwards. They'll keep their tower alive, but the vision from Dire is superior in this bottom jungle. They are smoked. They're gonna find the Rupture onto Timbersaw. Pops his Ag's shield. Freshly picked up. Festival gets ravaged, but it's okay. Hookshot onto GSKW as Bloodseeker man fights Festival with the BKB. E-Patron is going to be the first to fall to Granola. Dimitri can't find the stuns in the backline, and Emo is going to get caught out by this Avatos. The pure damage from Danathan is too much. But Dimitri, with the double edge, doing a lot of damage with it, he's going to kill Danathan. Seal, 4 staffs, his core into safety. Dimitri runs away as Seal dies. Granola Still fairly healthy, trying to fight. Hoof Stomp onto Festival, into the Bushwhack. Atos! He is gonna Manta. Granola needs to heal right now. Won't be able to. Is going to die. TPing out in the middle of the trees. Drabs is fine. And Dimitri has to walk away. That fight went back and forth. I feel like Phylacrity boys had the victory there, and then in the end they overstayed with the Bloodseeker just a little bit.
It seemed like there was a bit of a disconnect in terms of what they were really wanting to get out of that fight. Emu goes in pretty deep on the Ember. I think he's feeling like they can get more, and is expecting his team to follow up in that situation. This is something that I've complained. I don't know how many times you've heard me complain about this. The times that cores go in past objectives, and so think about from a support's perspective. This tier 2 tower was still up. It's really difficult. Like, this clock is on the same side as Ember, but the clock had almost no HP after initial jump out of this tiny. And then you have this hoodwink who's stuck down by this river area, and he has to walk all the way around past this ancient camp, the ancient croakers, to be able to even get close to the fight, to be able to help it all. So this tier 2 tower, and I believe the Bloodseeker ends up clicking it down at some point during that, because he recognizes, hey, this is a barrier in between us being able to connect this fight. And it just ends up being too deep by Emu, and Centaur tries to combo up to be able to get more. They are able to get the Timber down eventually, but without that Spirit Vessel coming out from Emu, it just took way too long. And then they're in this weird situation of, do we want to turn or do we want to just bail? And so it just ends up kind of a whole situation where, because you haven't taken this tier 2 down, the fight can't happen cleanly when you want to go for more. It just exacerbates a lot of problems going on.
Talking about problems, I hope the cat's okay. I want to know what the cat problem is.
Nope,
I think this is...
Everyone back home, remember to hydrate. Don't dehydrate.
I think it's malicious, and I'm sure people will dislike it, but I do find pleasure in getting people's names wrong.
Oh, this has something to do with people being dehydrated.
Well, no, but
Like,
you
I
said
find it nice when people die of
we
thirst.
were like, hydrate, don't dehydrate, and it was just making me think of Dimitri's name.
Oh,
And
yes.
I was like, earlier, I was like, Dimitri, or is it DMI try,
That's
I don't know.
That's a good one. I like it. DMI try.
It's like the new IDK.
Mhm.
We got TMI and NMI. Now we got DMI. Don't know much information.
Okay, looks like... Oh, we paused the game at 33-33, guys. If that wasn't meant... If that
Nice.
doesn't mean Seal is the future league of all leagues, and that they're gonna make Teal happen, then I don't know what it means.
We were so close to being 23, 23, but alas.
The Granola had to stick
PJ's
behind
not
and then
playing.
get killed. Yeah, there was
Yeah.
a moment where it was 23-23, but you had to ruin it, Granola.
I wonder what Grand's best recipe is. This is what happens when I don't play. My ADHD runs rampant.
Mm-hmm.
Tormentor is back up now. I think I'd really like to see some rebounding out of Dire. A lot of good shards on the side of Dire here. Only people that don't have it now, Centaur, Hoodwink, Clockwork. This Centaur shard would be massive for them. I've talked about it quite a bit during this game so far. I think it's very true. They want long fights on the Dire side. The Centaur shard is one of the best shards in the game for extended fights.
Seal uses Glimmer Cape to ruin a patron's work. Destroy all the mines. How unfriendly.
Techie's is crying in the corner.
Yeah. Very sad Techie's player.
Dire,
Gonna
we're all
scout
here,
with the
and then
rocket flare, cogs. The patron doesn't have mana. And Granola will say, hey, thanks for the kill. This is a great delivery service. You just give me some
brother.
things." I was farming
take El
ancients.
Tormentor.
And I was
Don't
farming
go away.
ancients.
Take Tormentor.
It looked like a little pinball there for a second.
Dire's top tower is no more.
Did his little like shenanigans through him.
Yeah, top tower.
At least the Tormentor now having moved, they don't have to deal with those mines.
Top tower will fall. That's the trade. For getting the Tormentor. It's going to be a Clockwork Shard. Jetpack, you can now toggle it on and off for the duration of Jetpack. So if you need to quickly turn around, and the turn rate of Jetpack is ruining your life, you can turn it off, look the other way, and turn it back on.
A doodle for the ages.
Emu went back for the BKB before finishing the Shivas. So recognizing that even if he's not going to get stunned, maybe there's a lot of pure damage specifically from this Timber Saw it's going to hurt. And
Oh,
but
stacking stuns.
They find
That.
the festival, and it is, like you said, stack stuns. With a completed
Would have been a
Shivas,
hard kill anyways.
a lot of armor on this Storm Spirit. And one of the few heroes where Shiva's is a damage item. Never mind. I forgot that they reworked Shiva's. It doesn't cost you... It's not the Mystic Staff anymore. I was like, he gets 30 intelligence from this Shiva's card. He only gets 5. Mid tower, they find a
Get your
Rupture
shard, good man.
onto Danathan, who gets his Ags off and gets put in the Escape Act. So he's going to be fine. Festival backline here. Finds the Hoodwink. Dodges the stun. Festival's still alive, just barely. He gets the kill on grabs and is trying to escape now. Toss. Avalanche. Danathan will fall. And the Heart of Tarask healing on the Centaur is keeping him alive. Chains onto 2 heroes. Stomp. Anvi Rhea in the box. GSKW dead. Rhea dead. Massive fight.
Okay.
Going
I'm
for
so glad
Phylacrity, boys.
Dimitri finally bought his shard. It's coming out to him on the courier. He would be like 6.5, 7k HP right now if he had it for that fight.
The
My boy would
Bloodseeker
be
damage.
a massive centaur. And what is that? Oh, that's gonna delay the Storm Spirit Orchid by at least 2.5 minutes, killing his courier coming back from the secret shop.
Top tower, the last outer tower for Jammies. Festival testing his limits. Gets hoof stomped,
He gets a stun?
chains, and the Manta to get out of the tree.
Uh-oh,
They're gonna find it. The cogs onto a patron, and that's when Festival says, "Why'd you guys go in? I was just doing something."
I would
That's not how he
love
talks.
to see this Bloodseeker get some HP back up and for them to go rush.
Wow, objective Dota. Ooh, a DD in the river.
Beautiful.
Roshan.
Block is going to do his job here. He's going to
Pops the
block.
smoke. Seal. He's gonna Glimmer Cape. Hoof Stomp onto Festival. Gets chains. Use Manta. Dodges the silence. They're going on Dimitri, but he has a lot of health. Seal already died. Granola pops BKB. Nice escape act to keep the Timbersaw alive. Comes out with his Ags. Pops a lot of damage going out. Granola is gonna die. Festival claims the bounty on him. Emu trying to get revenge. Still had his BKB. Is gonna pop it now. Nice stun here into a root. Is it enough? Festival has a lot of mana. He's gonna be able to zip out the Patron. Baiting. Disarming.
Go tiny,
Stunning.
go tiny, go.
The tree is broken by Danathan, but too late. Patron is already dead, and so is Emu. GSKW coming back from the fountain after he healed to get the kill, and a massive zip from Festival all the way from his fountain. Drabs will not be able to escape.
Scurry.
I was like, there's no way you escape these 3 people chasing you. But he made them try for it, that's for sure.
Roshan.
And now it's gonna be Roche for Jammies. So,
Roche is like,
do you
guys,
just
leave me alone.
have Clockwork Scout Roche? Or sorry, stop the smoke and you continue doing Roche if you're killing it fast enough? Or what went wrong? Why did they lose the fight?
I think the problem that came down there, and something I don't particularly love to see, is that the Centaur is going into this Sanj and Kaya. He got silenced up for almost the whole duration of that fight. Finally gets unsilenced at the end, is able to get a nice hoof stomp off. But I would kind of like to see him go BKB or Lotus here to be able to get this silence off of him. He really needs to be able to spam this double edge in the fights, become this unkillable force, and be able to get these hoof stomps off. He needs to hit at least 2 of them in these fights. You can't really get away with just getting 1 off. I understand the idea of he wants to do more damage, but he's not going to be able to do damage if he can't actually cast the spells. So it's kind of a situation where, if I'm not mistaken, the Bloodseeker's BKB didn't come off cooldown until like right at the end, and he cast it basically right before he got avalanched, or he got tossed up at the end, but he still took too much damage from it.
That's the rule. He's gonna see Hoodwink, gonna silence. Greaves keeps the Hoodwink alive, gets the Athos off. Manta, they missed the root. Stampede trying to chase some more. Festival has Aegis, but they're committing everything onto him. They're gonna rupture GSKW, who's gonna BKB. Seal is gonna fall. They find the kill onto Storm. Festival does not have Aegis anymore, but he has full mana. Gets the Orchid onto Emu. And the Blink Avalanche secures the kill. No buyback on the Ember Spirit. Danathan blinks in the backline, gets a nice Chakram onto 2. Granola in trouble, doesn't have BKB, is gonna fall. Festival, hoof stomped, but that's the dire base where they're all dying. There's an insane amount of damage from Danathan's whirling death there. All the strength of Centaur absolutely deleted.
If you notice, both at that triangle fight and at that tier 2 fight there, Phylacrity boys are just mainlining all of their damage onto either this Temper Saw or this Storm. They're not, like, these supports, the Techies and the Ringmaster, are literally just being able to sit in the back, use all of their spells every single time they come off cooldown. There's no point in time that they are ever feeling any sort of pressure to have to separate themselves from the fight. They're just completely uncontested, being able to do exactly what they want in these games. You need to jump these supports. This Ringmaster is a very valuable kill. This Techies is a very valuable kill. We talked about how there's a lack of stuns.
Festival tries
And
to
Clock
find
should
Seal,
be
but
fine.
He doesn't have detection. The Glimmer Cape will keep him alive. They bushwhack him into Athos, but the cores are still dead.
I actually think, like, the second that the Storm goes in and they respond to the Storm, and he zips out and he has almost no mana, that's exactly what you want out of this fight. You now know that you have this Aegis hero that wants to die so he can get all his mana back. Let him just exist. Let him get a little bit of mana back very slowly throughout this fight. But go jump the backline. Get on top of these supports. You're able to do that with things like Charge, with Remnant Jump, with Hook Shot. So make sure you're killing them, and the whole fight becomes significantly easier for you. They're doing a very good job on the side of Jammies of causing a lot of chaos and trying to bait them into going on the heroes that they want them to go on.
Emu had to pop BKB there to stay alive. Drabs running away from his base, trying to TP out. The trees are broken by Danathan, and Festival is unstoppable.
And I do see Centaur now has BKB queued up along with the Overwhelming Blink. He needs to go this BKB before the Overwhelming Blink.
Top tower will fall. Hoodwink has buyback. Looks like they're opting to hold it as this set of rags
He jumps the
falls.
ring.
Centaur does not find the kill on Ringmaster and instead takes a lot of damage. He will die. Seal trying to get any control he can. Granola finds the kill on Ipatron. Danathan, dead, was the victim of a rupture, and they're gonna get 2 kills out of the Dimitri initiation.
Invisibility.
A better outcome for a fight where they start off on the supports. They even didn't have their own support. Look at that.
Yeah, game is now firmly in Jammy's control. This is a very difficult game now for Phylactery boys. There's just this tiny 2 toss charges level 25 talent is a just metric shit ton of damage. He's got a Wind Waker and BKB, so he's very difficult to catch at any point. They do have this Hex on the Clockwork. Once again, I'm glad to see that the Centaur, I know his team didn't really follow him up there, and I'm glad to see he has removed the Overwhelming Blink from his inventory or his quick buy. He only has the BKB. I imagine right now he's really regretting this Kai Assange pickup and is like, damn, I really wish I had a BKB. Because he's just getting killed off of spells and controlled off of spells. He can't stack up. Again, if he's able to stack up this double charge in these fights, he can become massive and just extremely difficult to kill. It works so well with the tweak to Heart of Tarask. But he's not, all of these fights, he's only, if you ever look at him, he's only got 1 charge. Because he's only able to get his initial spells off when he jumps in. So, right now I think he's feeling a bit of regret with not being able to have that BKB, allow him to press what he wants to press. He needs to have heroes follow him up. He jumps this Ringmaster, he's able to get a lot of damage in, but it's not enough. He needs this Clockwork to be comboed in with him. And he needs some way of either... maybe actually it's the Emperor needs to jump with him, and the Emperor's
Festival
actually gone
jumps
on.
Emu and the hook shot to follow. Hex into the bushwhack. Festival dead.
Very good catch.
Seal has had the
he
Hex for a little
ruptured.
bit, but hasn't shown in lanes and has been hiding. Festival gets caught off guard by that. 80 seconds,
Oh, we
no
ruptured a
Storm
Timber
Spirit.
illusion. Okay.
Are they going to make a play out of this? Rupture on cooldown.
I'm
from
not
that.
sure. Besides Tormentor, I'm not sure there's really a play that they can make here. Feels very weird. I think they just need to fix their waves.
GSKW.
It's very far
you,
up by
jumping.
Emu right now.
The Tiny there.
Does he have a
Rocket Player
remnant?
is going to connect. Hook shot onto GSKW. Has to use his Wind Waker up on the high ground, but the Hex coming out again. They're splitting targets here. They're going to decide the core is what we want. Bashes through the BKB. GSKW uses both toss charges. 1 versus 4. He is going to fall. Massive
That was a
find
great
there.
example, though. Even though they were splitting targets, I love what Emu did. And even the Bloodseeker were following up. They threatened the Ringmaster where he can't connect and feel confident that he can help play around with this Tiny. It makes him have to make a decision. Do I guarantee that I can get a spell off on this Tiny and die? Or do I live to fight another day?
Hook shot into the Hex.
And they find the support.
Hoof stomp. Envy is dead. They find the Rupture on Patron as well. But a BKB used by Granola because he had to walk through 729 mines. I did count all of them individually.
I thought it was over 9,000.
It's actually a perfect way of being able to get back in this game. They have to make sure that they keep someone on death timer. Just keep this rolling. If they can find this Timber, like if this Timber shows on the bottom wave, he needs to die.
Does have a shield rune worth 2,000 health, but the Observer spots him. Putting his charging ult, which the audio is audible. So Timbersaw will head out.
I don't like that they've let their foot off the gas here. I don't think you want to take a 5-on-5. Really like to see a smoke. Maybe they're just saying, hey, you know what? Centaur Blink or Centaur BKB is going to be too good, so let's just wait for that, and then we feel we're confident to take a 5-on-5. That might be true. You selling the Blade Mail for BKB slot?
I would sell the Blade Mill, yeah, and Festival's asking himself the same question right now. He was gonna buy Ags, and now he's going for the BKB first. He's wondering what to sell.
He's got, I mean, the awkward thing is he's got 3 of the Ags components already bought.
Yeah. Patron has a scythe on this techies. So there's a scythe on both pause 4s. Or the pause 5 Clockwork. A smoke coming out from Jammies here. Clockwork tanks the gank. Seal
Valiant effort, brother.
fulfilled their duties as the support. And Jammies are like, you know, that was not enough of an outcome for smoke. Let's do Roche. We need something more out of this, and they will get an uncontested Roche on. Festival has an Aegis, and with that, he buys an Ags instead of the BKB. He's like, that's enough. I don't need a BKB, I have an Aegis. He's trying to go for Emu here. 1v1. He's gonna get the Orchid on Emu. Emu has a Manta. Will escape. Long zip from Festival. Forces out the BKB from Emu. And good call by him, because GSKW was just a blink away. Dire don't have any vision top lane. This one is just about to expire.
Centaur needs to go ahead and get that BKB. Yep.
He went for the hoof stomp duration. 2 sleight of fist charges. And more thirst move speed.
I guess he doesn't want to give up his buyback. I honestly, I think I would for the BKB. It's that
into
important.
hoof stomp. The Rupture is not reflected. Bloodseeker is able to get the kill onto Festival for the first time. Escape out keeps Danathan alive, and he uses his Ags. So he is going to be fine for now. Avalanche.
Oh.
Orchid Manta dodges it. Slight chains. BKB and Manta used here. Trying to stay alive. Hookshot. Chaining the stuns. Hex. Festival in trouble. Slighted chains. They get the kill.
They need to. Yep.
JSKW.
Emu's perfect here.
Stuck at the cogs. He has to Yules himself out, but Dimitri with a blink, double edge, finds the kill. Envy, the next victim here, as Danathan trying to bait up here where all the mines are. Envy leading them to the mines, turns into a sheep. Little piggy dies. Seal walking into all of these mines. Danathan gets the kills, the double kill, as they walk up to This one was about 600 mines only. Trying to chase more granola heals a lot off of that creep wave. Drab's thinking of chasing here, but realizes it's just him. Nope, he doesn't realize anything. He just wants to send a message, and the message is, "Get off my lawn!" Wrong hero. Alright, let's watch them walk into this mine trap again. Very beautiful. Dude, Granola was this close to dying. Wow. Alright. Before the game started, I asked them to not give us a stomp and to have an equal, nice, competitive game, and they have delivered. That's proof that the league is rigged, guys. What were you gonna say?
Forgot I have a great series of Minecraft sounds I could have been playing for all the mines. Such a waste of an opportunity. Someone else is gonna have to play techies for me.
I'm sure they're gonna ban techies after what just happened. they're not gonna let them play it again. Oh yeah. Whenever someone dies from the mines, yes. It's great. Ags, which gives him 2 rupture charges. Okay, Bloodseeker's got the Ags.
Emu is going to go finish this Ag in its entirety, I would imagine here, given how much he's already committed with the blessing recipe.
Yeah.
Maybe he waits for buyback.
Yeah, it looks like
he just hit buyback just now.
Everyone is on their best behaviors and holding buyback. Right, guys? Yeah, if it doesn't need it. He has the escape act right behind him.
And Centaur, I don't disagree with this. I actually kind of like this. It was what I was initially suggesting. Opts for the Lotus over the BKB. I like it because it's not necessarily the magic damage per se that he's too concerned about. It's the fact that he needs a dispel for when he gets silenced. Yeah. And in reality, it's too... BKB's probably too slow of an item.
Grabs, goes invisible, sentry placed, Yules. GSKW has the damage follow-up here.
Oh no.
And
vacuum.
Save Your Friend Syndrome, Seal has perished. Another victim to the disease that plagues us all. It's going to be a buyback from Seal. They're holding on.
I need to remember, jump these
Blink,
supports.
Hook Stomp, Hex.
Immediately jumps to Denver.
Rupture. They cogs him backwards. And they
Ringmaster is
go
on
forward. Ringmaster is going to get silenced here. Has to get Yulesed up by GSKW. But that is a dead Envy. GSKW silenced for the second time. Festival gets a massive 4-man stun with his Ags. And that's the blast off. That's another stun. And the buybacks from both Dimitri and Emu here. They're trying to chase, get more kills.
They have to get
GSKW blinks! BKB, TP out. Is there a bash? No.
He's too slow.
Festival is out.
Those 4 buybacks out of Phylacrity Brothers, I gotta say, that was insane that the Ringmaster walked high ground there. I don't think... Yeah, there's no way... Which maybe this is a mistake on his end that he just needs to have a Aether Lens for cast range, but there's just no world where you can afford to walk high ground in that situation. It is an example where they do a good job of being able to bait them into a centralized location. So Festival's able to get that black hole off with that Ags.
Gets hook-shotted.
BKB on the tiny.
Supports are still dead. GSKW's dead. 59 minutes game.
Get this an even game.
You get some exhaustion going on. It's been an hour. It's a Tuesday night. People have lives, you know. Alright, Festival just took away someone's life. That was 999 gold from Drabs. Wow, you're worth a lot. And Tiny is dead. Will he use his buyback here? That is a dieback on Drabs. They know about this because he had just bought back, but looks like it's going to be a single setter X and they back off.
They see this
is
TP coming
TPing
in. Are they able to do something?
Hookshot misses.
Oh.
Has the Lotus Orb. Not getting ruptured quite yet. Cogs cancels the chains. He gets his Ags off. And Rupture comes out with the Festival. Stun onto 2. BKB Granola is starting to lifesteal now. Not even a little bit. He's not even lifestealing a little bit. That was a full lie. Emu is going to die. Silence onto the Centaur. Tossed 2, 3, 4 times. And Festival has an Arcane Rune. Wants to keep going. Seal. His jetpack will expire. And so will his life. No! With a hook shot onto the big frogs. Those large toads. The croakers.
This is the way.
Seal gets another jetpack off. Hexes him. You don't need turn rate to hex. That's interesting. Seal will fall, though. That's a buyback from Granola, the only member remaining. The only one with buyback. Everyone else is on cooldown, and Jammies know it. They're going for the tier 4s. Granola contemplating if you should call GG or just watch it end. Never watch it end. You fight till the last minute. He's gonna get stunned. Tossed backwards. And killed. The Ancient will fall. GG. A beautiful back and forth game. Everything we asked for. Christmas is here early. Or late. It's all relative.
Real early.
Real early. Well, that was a game. That was a game. It's good. It's good. It's a good game. I liked it.
Dota.
Good game of Dota.
I think unfortunately that was just a bit too much tunnel visioning going on out of Phylacrity boys in those fights. Is a real. I think this is something that when you possess a lot of damage and you possess lockdown and you feel very confident in your ability to blow up heroes, but you're against a hero like Ringmaster that has such a definitive save, it's very difficult to always keep sharp and remember that, hey, we cannot just rely upon blowing up this hero over and over again. And there was a lot of times they did a really good job of Emu jumping those back lines, forcing the Ringmaster to have to make a decision in terms of where he was going to position himself. But they just weren't consistent in that, in their form across these team fights. Festival and Danathan Durite did a really good job of causing a lot of chaos up front, and then once Festival got that Ags, was able to really just set up Patron to be able to come in, that blast off, and just turn these fights over and over again.
Very good game. I like it. I am excited for game number 2, and I'm sad that it's only 2 games and not a best of 3. But maybe we will see these 2 teams meet later on. It's a long season. Alright, we're gonna take a few minute break, and then we will be back with game number 2. Be right back. Hello, we are back for game number 2.
Perfect timing.
We have the same sides. Jammies
5 seconds.
are Radiant still, and
Radiant's turn
the same
to
pick
ban.
order, right? Yeah, Hoodwink was the first pick
Yeah.
of the whole game.
They
Okay,
had 18th
10
on Dire.
seconds remain. It is
so both
Radiant's
teams
turn.
wanting to keep it the way it is.
It is Dire's ban.
I believe Phylacrity boys had priority and they picked Dire. So they favored Dire over...
I would assume second pick.
10
over
seconds
second pick,
remain.
yep.
I think second pick is really good right now.
5 seconds remain.
And they swapped out the Jakiro ban for the Techies ban this game.
10
No
seconds.
techies.
Dire's turn to pick.
And respect Ember ban coming out of the jammies. Trying to remember what that ban was last game. Was that the sniper ban?
No.
That was sniper.
Yeah, sniper. Ursa was later.
Yeah. Ursa was their second phase
Yeah,
ban.
second phase.
10 seconds remain. Radiant must choose.
It's a hero that I think Phylacrity boys have played twice.
It is Dire's ban.
Alright, they banned the techies, they leave the Jakiro, which means Jakira's picked up by James.
Jakiro is still a good hero after the nerfs, but I think Snap is a stronger hero than Jakiro right now, to be honest. I think it's stronger in lane, and the ultimate is very, very strong right now. And honestly, I've compared the shard timing for Snapfire to Hand of Midas. Like 15 minutes, you just get this shard, and you just clear every single wave that's in front of you. It's really impressive to deal with if you don't have good wave clear on the other side.
Radiant must choose.
I think it would be great if Gran Ola played Snapfire. It's kind of on theme.
Yep.
Dire's turn to pick.
They
Take
grabbed
the
the
hoodwink
Hoodwink for
boots.
themselves. What are the odds it's a festival Hoodwink? Nah, he
It's a-
wouldn't.
It's a good hero to get
10 seconds.
if Phylactery boys want to look at this Centaur that's unbanned again.
5 seconds remain.
Hoodwink's just very strong hero up against it. You got double stuns coming out of these supports. Really, both these supports are pretty annoying if you're going to go Centaur. And they take the Tiny themselves, so they swap the Hoodwink and Tiny here. This could be a mid-Tiny, could be a 4-Tiny. I imagine they're leaving this somewhat as a flex right now. This does mean you need to pick
10
one.
seconds remain.
Offlane, maybe.
Yeah, I think you need to pick your 3 here.
Or a carry hero that you're comfortable playing.
Mm-hmm. Trying to think of if there's a clear and obvious carry hero looking at these supports.
I like Spectre. No, she gets broken, but I like Spectre. In general.
I mean, like Ag's timing, Spectre's really good against them, but I think Spectre can struggle against both these heroes before that timing hits. And get paced on very quickly. I don't think SF doesn't like these heroes.
Chaos Knight,
Yeah.
a strong offlaner, a strong carry. It could be anywhere. It could be a pause for Chaos Knight. Who knows?
I like that because I think you have to pick one of your side lane cores here. So you pick this hero that you can flex in either role there. So
5 seconds remain. Radiant's turn to pick.
Timber
Another
can be good
Timbersaw
against the
game.
CK, but at the same time, a strong CK also just deletes a Timber, right?
Yeah, if Timber's walking around with no stacks on him already, CK
10
will
seconds
one-shot
remain.
him.
Especially you add in like a
Seconds.
like if a tiny jumps on him and then you're able to follow up with the CK, like that Timber
Yeah.
just gets deleted. And it doesn't matter if the tiny's core or not. You can be a 4 tiny and you're still gonna just delete.
There's some anti-synergy with the Hoodwink as well, because anytime Timbersaw wants to deal damage to the stunned hero, it will break the tree. Queen, very strong mid laner, and I'm sure Festival's gonna play it safe lane.
Yep.
10 seconds. 5 seconds.
At this point, I'm just convinced their whole game plan is we pick mid hero, let them counter at 18, and then we just throw it safe lane. Like it's their
Right.
whole idea in these drafts.
And if it isn't countered, well, I guess it's gonna go mid, and we have our last pick.
Yeah,
for
and
a
then you
carry.
just yeah, exactly. To be fair, both the times that I've seen them do that strategy, they were able to pick tiny mid for GSKW. So they pick the mag, which I would assume.
I don't assume
10
anything.
seconds
I'm-
remain.
I'm with you.
5 seconds remain.
And I would think that they're going to do the El Clasico offlane combo to reposition
Skewer.
heroes in the offlane. Yeah.
And that's when
And
you
CK
throw the
Snap
Queen
is-
safe lane, and Queen
yeah.
can just blink out of it.
However, Jakiro cannot.
Puriakiro.
Also, Snapfire CK is an uber strong safe lane duo.
Yes.
10
Like that's fucking spooky to go up against. I don't care if you're a Timbersaw or not. Like that's way too much negative
They
armor.
banned the Lifestealer that can also just rage out of the toss skewer combo. Troll is banned by jammies. They don't think it's a CK safe lane. They think it's a CK off lane and a
10
Magnus mid.
seconds. 5 seconds remain.
You know, I gotta say, shout out Phylacrity boys. Picked 4 heroes, 4 stuns.
Nice.
Radiant's turn to ban.
Has Festival played
Jamie's
a
4
traditional
heroes,
carry
2 stuns.
hero yet?
Yes, he
Okay.
played Jug and EL question mark?
5 seconds. Dyer's turn to pick.
They're really convinced Phylacrity boys are looking for a safe laner here.
Seconds. 5 seconds.
I don't know if I'm a huge fan of Mag Mid, to be honest.
It's a bit oppressive against the Queen.
that just a shockwave thing, or is that just a you can clear waves super effectively against poison dagger thing?
No, I meant you are sad, not you make her sad.
Okay.
I definitely.
I was trying to figure out.
Yeah,
I was like, that seems tough to me, but
but they pick Weaver, which would be carry then. Or some offlane Weaver shenanigans. We'll find out shortly after this last
10
pick
seconds
from
remaining.
Jammies.
so you mentioned Chaos Knight 4. Is that a thing they do?
Seconds remain.
No, but it's got a facet where the Chaos Bolt bounces, so... I don't know. Why not?
Sure.
Sure. If Festival can go Safe Lane Storm, then anybody can go Chaos Knight Pause 4.
Thinking 90 against Quap mid probably isn't the worst thing. Like, you're going to get levels fast enough that you just clear waves and you don't care.
Mm-hmm. It could be a Weaver support. Buys Orchid first item against the Queen.
Yeah, that's true.
We have plenty of reserve time here on Jammies. They used up most of it, but still have a whole minute. They are probably questioning Phylacrity Boys' draft. And then questioning their own.
They do. I mentioned it kind of in a memeing fashion that Jammies only had 2 stuns on their team, but also if you're Weaver right now, you see 2 stuns on the enemy team, you're kind of chilling. There is a lot of burst damage, so if you do get caught by one, you can. Well, that's a stun.
Alright, Festival Faceless Void. GSKW on the Queen of Pain. No Festival Queen of Pain today. Emu, mid tiny. Seal is the pause for CK. Called it.
No, he's pause 5.
Pause 5? He's the pause 5? Oh
Yeah.
my god, yeah, Drabs is the 4. Okay, well then. You know, you have the toss play. Because he can, like, not toss, he can do the reality rift and suck them closer to the tower by 200 units, which is a lot. I don't know.
10
What's a
seconds.
pause 5 CK?
5 seconds.
With the safe lane Weaver, Granola Weaver, like you mentioned, not a lot of stuns, so carry Weaver definitely viable. They pick Chronosphere to counter him, and there is no save for the Chrono. Unless Drabs gets an Aether Lens Ags and somehow gobbles up Granola from a very, very far range.
Trying to wrap my head around this CK5, but it's not wrapping real well for me. We'll see. Maybe it actually is the hidden tech and it slaps super hard. I'm in my head. I'm trying to think about what items you buy.
It is another strength pause 5 against the Timbersaw. Last game he did do well, but he had the very, very strong ability, Cogs. He doesn't necessarily have that this time. It'll be hard to trade with the Timbersaw, especially with a Hoodwink smacking you from afar.
I won't eat you, dear, but Mortimer might.
Oh, God, I think I'm gonna be sick.
There's too many darn wizards.
He went Shredder this time, Danathan. He switched it up. Didn't want the 2 shock runs. Grungus. Granoli.
What the? CK had a nullifier queued up. Now he has treads and a void stone. He's got to just be memeing in this. I'm trying to help me out here, brother. Let me see your items. I want to see the vision.
Maybe it's gonna be a phylactery.
That's not good. that's my first instinct.
Phylactery is already queued up by Emu.
The battle begins.
Both
I mean,
teams
that I
playing their side
understand.
of the map. Two for two bounty runes. Sentry placed to spot the observer. He's gonna let his.
Okay, so they're gonna send
deal with it.
the CK bot. It looks like they're just gonna do some lane swapping shenanigans with their supports. I think that's probably wise. But double melee into this Jakiro Void. Jakiro can do a lot. Won't lie, don't love that he went dual breath, but it's fine. Liquid Fire is just omega good, even with the nerf.
Top lane, I suspect Weaver to be a pretty hard kill for them. They get a bushwhack onto Drabs just for harass. Bot lane, nice time walk to take off a lot of damage here. They tried to go with the Chaos Bolt. And perhaps the silence, once you get Reality Rift, you have a 33% chance to silence him with the Reality Rift. I played Chaos Knight support, or I was playing Ability Draft and I picked Reality Rift. Something like that. And it gave me break, like half the time. I was trying to get a silence off on one of the cores to kill them, but it kept giving me break over and over again. So
Snapfire might be some trouble here. He is definitely in some
dish
trouble.
out a lot of damage before he dies there. But he will fall. Shared kill.
They get 2 range creeps denied in that lane. They managed to find Festival, though.
Yeah, the... Faceless Void. Can't see the fight recap.
Stunned into... He got break, and then stun with Skewer.
This mid lane, it looks like Tiny had to TP home. He bought a Ring of Health, though. And taking a lot of harass from the Queen.
He really is just going straight phylactery. What a commitment. Okay.
It is the Phylactery boys.
I mean, that's dedication to the bit.
Lotus Flower Seal trying to stand his ground here. As a beautiful skewer to push them out, but Festival time walks back in. Seal realizes he is about to lose that fight, has to walk away, and the poor courier, Dimitri, loses
the
his
unsung
rate.
heroes of the game.
And Ice Path finds Seal, doesn't have any spells or mana to work with. But the Chaos Knight is very fast. He is at 340 move speed with just a Windlace. Very fast hero. Danathan with a very different build this game. He's a bit passive against the Weaver, so he goes for the armor. Gonna be right-clicked by those ranged heroes. 2 points in reactive and a couple of bracers to heal up. Avalanche. Toss back onto the range creep under the tower. GSKW maxing dagger to fully monopolize this mid lane. The Patron will die to Drabs and Granola. A lot of minus armor between the two heroes. The Swarm. Granola doesn't have Scoochie for one more second, will get it off and escape.
He has absolutely no regen though.
Yeah, he is gonna Scoochie
Snap's
back
gonna-
base.
Snap wants to get this XP, but also that's a level 4 Timber now. He can.
Yeah,
I guess he
doesn't have
actually-
a
he doesn't have any
point in
whirling depth.
whirling. He's the Bushwhack will
Well,
connect.
that'll
Drabs
do it.
dies and only manages to survive for a few of those creeps that were dying under his tower.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
You know, the Ring of Health is working out for this Tiny. He's caught up in CS and is able to dish back some of this damage on the mid lane.
He goes backwards for the Soul Ring as well. And Snap's gonna come in here,
Securing the 6
try and guarantee this 6-minute.
There's a Sonic Wave available when he has the mana for it. Observer will be placed. It will spot the Snapfire. Arcane Rune picked up by the Tiny. No bottle on him.
Denying it from this co-op though is really
Bot
huge
lane
for them.
Dimitri takes a lot of damage from the Dual Breath and 3 stacks of Time Dilation. Granola still hasn't regened. He actually didn't go to base, or no, I think he went to base and took this much damage.
Took the damage. Yeah.
And doesn't have the regen for it now. Courier will be grabbing some tangos for him.
Being down in levels against this Timber is a pretty big problem, I think, for this Weaver. Whereas this Weaver is pretty nice in the game against the Timber, I believe. If you fall behind in lane,
Seal
it feels
finds
very
the stun
oppressive.
onto Jakiro. Festival will get skewered back. Ice Path interrupts it a little short here. A nice cookie. Envy has to use the wand. Stays alive. Bushwhack connects. TPing out from Snapfire, realizing that that was the only stun, and Festival surely won't bash me.
If in doubt.
100%. TP out.
Really
Granola
taunting the
taking more
Dota
damage.
gods.
Doesn't have Scoochie for another second here. And that's a level 6 Timber Saw.
Really hard for him to get this last half bit of XP to get to level 6 for the Weaver.
Yeah,
You're
now
just gonna
Queen
take
is
so much
tough as
damage.
well. They have a sentry to see him when he goes into Sakuchi. Queen realizes maybe it's a waste of my time. Leaves, but comes back. The indecisiveness of a Dota 2 player. But now there's 2 heroes
now
for
they're
you to
both
Sonic
dead.
Wave. Granola will fall. No ulti for him. Drabs to follow. 2 dead. Nice rotation by GSKW here. Festival closing in on level 6.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire have fortified their structures against attack.
Okay, I thought I lagged.
What are you doing here?
Tiny is
Tiny
top.
TP's top, but not sure what they can really.
Okay, dagger to the face. Cookie will connect. He's gonna toss Drabs in. Danathan has a 20 stick, so he's fine.
Should look to their middle tower.
Max level Timber Chain. He's able to be very mobile with that. Dimitri, Ice Path, and the Time Dilation finds the kill. A lot of damage from the Jakiro.
Not gonna lie, right now I'm just seeing a lot of heroes for Phylactery boys that
JSKW
really
does
struggle to
not
show
get
in
stunned by
lane.
the Avalanche. Two-man bushwhack. JSKW finds a kill instead of dying himself. He got thrown throughout the sharpshooter, but Emu is fine. A lot of health. To
This
go
is a
through on this
level
run.
5 Magnus TPing mid. This is just a serious problem right now, where they just don't have these heroes that can actually feel like they can confidently stand in the lane, even to just shove the wave.
Sonic Wave on Emu. Emu is going to fall. Seal TPing in. On Envy, was going to get the stun just to steal the rune. Could he get more here?
What a
GSKW a little low, but the supports from Jammies are both higher level than Seal. So they'll be able to protect their queen and get the kill. And Danathan gets a double kill! Oh, whoa. 1v2. Unbelievable.
This is looking quite brutal.
The burst coming out.
Timber is firmly in a reaching unkillable stage. I'm really not sure what this CK is supposed to do.
Dire's top tower is no more.
I think looking at this, they actually probably would have been better off just throwing this Weaver pause 4 and throwing the CK safe lane.
Mm-hmm.
So I think if you had
They're trying to find Ipatron, and they will. Granola claims the kill and a small victory for a very difficult laning phase that Phylactery boys had, and Granola asked the Sakuchi to run away.
they
SKW
really need to
finds
find some
Seal,
way.
Trying to TP out. That is an Atos from Danathan. Minute 11, ready with the items to kill the enemy.
This is very spook for the Weaver now. That Atos is a significant problem. We were talking about the lack of stuns over on Jammy's side, and now you add an Atos into the equation. I think there's going to be a lot resting on the shoulders of this Tiny for the next 10 minutes of this game. He needs to make kills happen. How they do that, I'm not entirely sure.
Trying to,
Well, he
maybe
just
target
picked up a
Festival.
DD, so maybe he can make something happen with it.
I think Festival's reading this is now fully spook. They're not even going to waste it because they can tell Festival's not going to wait around for this.
Gonna hit the
Festival
tower.
might try and make a play with Chrono here if he
There's
gets
the
people to
TP.
TP in.
Danathan.
They're doing a good job
Get
of
the
spreading.
avalanche. Toss onto Festival. Time walk. Bash. Emu dropping low. Still holding that. Chrono. He will finally use it. RP was not committed. They let Emu
Yeah,
die.
this is a
Seal still
is
level
looking very
5.
rough.
Walks up to his death. Zipatron gets that kill. Danathan, just aware of how strong he is, wants to keep pushing the boundaries. GSKW also going up this triangle. Tips Dimitri because he knows he broke the tree. That's a good play by Dimitri.
this is truly a situation. Timber can just run at any hero in the game right now, and they're more than likely going to die.
Radiant's top tower is in danger.
Got wisdom soon.
Envy wants to take it.
And
We'll walk
they're
up.
invading for this. They need to fight. There's no Chrono. They need to fight for this. They cannot allow this to
They
happen.
did show top lane to get this big kill on Granola. So now Envy will fall.
Unironically, a valuable kill.
And when you're this far behind this early in the game, trading a pause 1 for a pause 5 is probably okay when you're... Yeah, you need something. You need something. Someone has to suffer for the team to advance. Unfortunately for Granola, it was him. It was Avalanche Toss, not enough to burst Festival. Even with the Phylacrity damage. Granola comes in and Time Walk on cooldown.
A really
the
big
max
kill.
Time Lock. Massive kill for Granola.
Is under attack.
They need this mag to get blink, and they need to start getting kills from it.
Seal in trouble, but gets the stun onto the Queen. GSKW overextends. Tried to get a kill on Seal, who has been just dying over and over to him. But finally, Retribution. Atos onto Emu. Macropyre Cookie to get him out, but he already took too much damage here, and he will fall to Danathan, who wants more. Whirling Death. That's exactly why they picked this hero. Just shreds these strength heroes. She is universal, but still takes, she still loses strength. Yeah, loses 5% strength.
They really need to kill this Timber, but I've been sitting here thinking,
How?
I genuinely, like, I'm thinking damage-wise. I'm not sure how they even combine to have damage to kill him.
Yeah, last game you had, you know, Rupture and the pure damage of Bloodright. You could always just guarantee your carry just show up for a couple of seconds, but here Weaver can't really offer the same thing. You don't have that Centaur with the Facet that gives him an obscene amount of damage. And you have a Chaos Knight who is going to die. Festival jumps in. Avalanche toss back onto Ipatron, which will bring them to very low health, but not enough to get the kill.
This Tiny desperately needs his level 2 in his ultimate. It's just not enough damage right now.
Yeah, and when you're playing heroes like Tiny or Templar or these mid lane heroes that want to snowball and keep ganking the enemy team, it's hard when you're behind, because you can't burst them. And if you blink in, use all your spells and the enemy isn't bursted, you're going to be just a Tiny walking around with no spells. You don't have the attack speed to contribute. And it's kind of what he's struggling with right now.
He wants to be in the position of where this Tiny's in right now, or where this Timber is in right now, but he just does not actually have the damage.
Yeah, Timber is out leveling
Even when-
his own mid laner.
Yeah. I mean, he's sitting at... How did he just lose net worth? He had 10k net worth and he just went down.
I don't know. But
I'm so confused,
we have
actually.
the Atos, Blink, and Kaya on Danathan. Festival not doing too bad himself. Has Mask of Madness, or just a mask? Okay, it is just a mask, and going for the Hyperstone. He did get the Void Stone, by the way, on this Chaos Knight, and is going Treads. That's the item update for you. He's gonna
Thank
pop his
you.
ult bottom. GSKW will get stunned and killed. Was that a I didn't see if it was a silence. It is a silence. So it was a silence from the Realiter. I don't know if it mattered, to be completely honest. Maybe it did matter for that last attack, because it looks like he wasn't under an effect of anything. But meanwhile, Danathan gets a kill on Drabs under the tier 2. Envy doing a lot of damage to Emu with the Macropyre. Danathan is able to escape. And Chronosphere onto the support Chaos Knight. Festival whiffs there. And Seal still going to fall. RP on Festival. Danathan
has
goes
time
in
lock
onto
afterwards.
Dimitri. Festival will time lock all that damage off. Granola has to use his ultimate also to remove that damage, but the bushwhack connects right before he runs away, and Drabs just respawned, came back to see his carry Granola dead.
Anyone else see that poor courier floating off into the sky?
Yeah,
I did not.
Right above the ward point.
it was a victim.
I actually don't think you can cast RP without your Snapfire being up. Like you had the combo of the Mortimers, and you need the tiniest spells to be off cooldown. Like you have to pump every bit of spell damage that you have during the duration of that.
And he did use Mortimer's Kisses. Not sure if that was defensive or
I'm not
not.
sure.
I was busy with something very important. If you guys were curious what I was doing, here's the replay. I was trying to find the courier.
You had the spell. Oh, tiny tosses the snap. Oh
Yeah,
no.
they're gonna toss the snap. They're gonna cookie
Oh,
and
no.
avalanche at the same time, chaining stuns a little bit. But GSKW realizes, hey, we're doing Torm. I'm gonna go regroup with my team. I'm fine. I didn't take any damage.
So this tiny has Octarine queued up. Doesn't he? I feel like they just need more damage. Like, don't you have to go Kaya?
Yeah.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Or
I could be wrong in
an
that regard, but like,
Echo Saber, maybe.
Like they have to get damage. I don't think that
Under attack.
having the spells off cooldown more.
An
Like
Orchid is
your
fine,
spells
too.
need to do more. Yes, anything that can provide more damage or more opportunity to get a kill on
Emu
one
is
of these
trying
cores.
to get this mid tower, but it's gonna get blinked on by GSKW. Ice Path connects. Blink from Danathan. And that is a dead Tiny. Festival eyeballing top gets a solo chrono onto Drabs. 0 bashes until chrono
Wow.
expired. That was... He was gonna rage quit. I was gonna rage quit. Patron gets a nice bushwhack onto Seal. And he's broken. Trying to leave the kill for Danathan. Envy is like, you don't deserve it. It took you so long, you could not get the kill. He is mine now. A very different game than last game. 16k lead, 22 minutes. A very straight graph, or a very one-directional graph.
Feel bad. I feel like Seal's getting picked on wherever he goes.
Yeah, I just don't think his hero like does anything this game.
Envy Rhea channeling their inner donut impression. Just typing in all caps.
Yeah. God damn it, donut.
West Coast, Best Coast. No storm here. My AirPods say fully charged but keep die. Yep. That sounds like normal technical experience.
I can't even imagine playing in AirPods.
I don't like air, any like buds.
You don't like air?
earbuds. I don't like air. I don't like earbuds. I like headphones. I don't like putting things in my ear. They just fall out. Dimitri
Yeah, I agree. I feel like I've had the headsets for too long. It's no going back now.
is going to survive, but Danathan has a haste run and really wants to kill people. Granola almost getting a sneaky pick off on the Jakiro there. But mid tower will die, which means this outpost can be claimed. And this bottom tier 1 and potentially Roshan as they gain control of this dire triangle. Thought he had an Echo Saber for a second. The Defiant Shell freaks me out. Smoke coming out from Phylacrity boys. They're trying to get GSKW. There is a tier 1 here for assistance. Blink Avalanche. They're gonna get the toss. They're gonna get the stun. They're gonna get the skewer. And the kill. They don't have to use RP for it. Danathan is here, though, trying to get any retaliation kills. Will get tossed back under the tower. Chains onto Emu. Emu. Avalanche. Blink. Has a TP. Will use it. Atos is on cooldown. Clean execution by Phylacrity. Slow and steady wins the race. If they do that like 6 more times, the game will be winnable. Meanwhile, Roche, they've been doing Roche this entire time. It is almost dead. Almost.
Roshan.
Festival with no BS Gaming. He's going for the BKB now. Mjolnir BKB wants to chrono, press BKB, kill the enemy. Keeping that perfect record alive. Has the shard on Queen of Pain, so he has the silence when he blinks now.
Is under attack. Dire's courier has been killed.
It's a Aether Lens, Pierce. A defensive observer here. Placed by Drabs.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Gleipnir picked up by Danathan. More AoE control.
Dire's bottom tower is no more. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Festival is TPing mid. Tried to catch Granola off guard, but Sakuchi came just in time. They get both mid and top towers. Phylacrity just avoiding fights with this Aegis Faceless Void. Trying to get what they can off the map.
Invisibility.
They get a stun on GSKW. Avalanche. Toss back under the tower. So he blinks back where he was. But Glimmer from Envy. Festival has an invis under a sentry.
Once again. Oh no. Okay,
GSKW.
actually it doesn't matter.
Festival goes in. Avalanche. Stun from Seal. Emu tried to toss back here, but ended up delaying where he was. The Chrono will catch Tiny, but the Sonic Wave pushes him out of it. RP onto 2. Jakiro and Faceless Void. Jakiro dies. Festival as well, but he has the Aegis. Respawning now. They get the toss back under the tower. Time walk by the tier 3. Danathan going in deep. Emu dropping low. Does not have any heals or saves. He is going to die. GSKW blinking in and
What the
dying
fuck?
for it. Granola still has his ult, trying to defend his tower. That is the Aegis used.
It's some good kills to get. Once again, though, the Snap and the Mag need to have a conversation, which is, hey, both of our spells, we press R, we need to be pressing R at the same time. I don't think you can make these plays around just like a skewer or an avalanche or a toss. Like, you need... there's a lot of damage on these Mortal Mercases. You need to make sure that these spells are being used congruently, because they're not going to have enough damage to be able to get the kills that they really want if they're using them independent of each other.
Fine, shard. Oh, he does not have any money. I was thinking Seal would grab shard on the Chaos Knight just to spawn an illusion of himself. They are smoked though. They have RP in 10 seconds. Absolutely nobody bottom. GSKW is behind his tier 2 farming. Very safe. Walks to the lane, sees the Sakuchi. An X drawn on the map by Ipatron. Is like, don't go there. Unless you want to die, then be my guest.
So, like, what items do you think this Weaver needs to, like, stand and click people?
A BKB Rapier. I think those are the only options. You start with the Rapier, I think.
Well, he's going Disperser.
You know, it's an item. That does not give him
in theory,
health. That does not give him health.
Yes.
If you are
I
going to buy a
agree.
defensive item, it should give you health.
I don't hate the Dragon Lance because I think that he needs to be as far away from them as possible, and it gives him health. But in theory, I get the idea behind
Disperser is a
the
very
Diffusal
good
and
item.
Disperser.
It's a really good Disperser is a great item, and it's a massive defensive item, but not in this game. Not what you're getting chronoed or you're getting exploded by Chakram Whirling Death.
Yes. And I get in theory you're like, hey, if this Timber has no mana, then he does no damage. But you're never gonna click this Temper enough.
He has 1700 mana.
Literally.
Even with the Weaver 20 talent, or it's the 15 talent, 20 mana break, plus 40 is 60 mana an attack. If he attacks him 100 times, that's 600 mana. Nope. If he attacks him 10 times, that's 600 mana.
Well, if he attacks him 10 times, he still has Geminite attacks.
Danathan?
I still don't think that's enough, but you know, it's
They use
something.
kisses, they use a skewer, but the immediate Yules from Ipatron there keep Dimitri off the Jakiro. And
Oh, Lord. Oh,
holy
Lord.
moly! They group up for the Chronosphere. Festival gets the kill. RP
Whoa.
coming out. Danathan blinks, gets the kill. Emu is going to fall. Double kill for Danathan. Granola has to use the ulti, trying to run away. Ice Path does not connect. The only buyback available is Emu's Tiny. The Snapfire was clicking the ultimate, and I've had this happen to me many times. I don't know if that's what happened to them, but you just right-clicking to land the globs, and then the ultimate expires, and then you right-clicking, and your hero starts walking. Maybe that's what happened. But there was a massive grouping right here for Chronosphere, and Festival took advantage of that.
yeah, this is
They get the skewer back onto Danathan, who is able to get his Ags off, and he's a lot harder to kill now that he has this shield. Another Reality Rift to pull him back. Bushwhack will not land, but Danathan is healing more than he's taking damage. Pulled back one more time. Dimitri in trouble. Blinked into his own demise. They finally
Holy
find
shit,
Danathan.
they did it.
Drabs was tossed inwards, and Granola gets his eardrums popped by the Sonic Wave, and he is going to die. Festival has a BKB and is standing his ground and fighting. Very strong, but respects the buyback from Granola. He's gonna go backwards. Ipatron is going to die. That is not your gate. You cannot walk through that. Chronosphere in 5 seconds. He's gonna get caught with Avalanche. Tossed back. Festival has BKB, is going to use it. Mortimer's Kiss is coming down. Chronosphere came back up. He finds the kill onto Granola. That's gonna be a dieback. And that's gonna be Seal dead as well. Buyback coming out from Emu and Seal. Very good cooldown time from the perspective of Festival there. They jumped him when it was 5 seconds, no chrono, and he turned it around.
I mean, he's got a BKB on Mag now. I don't know how much that really does for them, but it is something.
I'm sensing one more bad fight for Phylacrity. None of them have buyback. But hopefully many good fights for them if they want to elongate this game and equal the score of Jammies, who are now 5-1, or sorry, 5-0. They would like to make them 5-1.
And he's changed off of the Disperser to MKB on the Weaver.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest, I think you should just get a basic crit stick at this point. You just need to try and pump out as much DPS as possible during RP. Anyone who's tossed back, anyone that's skewered back, I don't think you can wait for this MKB.
Dire are scanning for enemies.
I know that he sees the Eagle Song on this Faceless Void and wants to try and do his best to match up with that butterfly timing. It's not going to occur. There's just no way he's getting that much farm.
GSKW
What you can do is you can try and kill heroes. And I think he just needs as much DPS as possible.
They're smoked. They have their spells. The BKB on the Magnus. They don't know that GSKW has a BKB. Smoke pops, Seal, Phantasm. They find the Jakiro Envy. With the Chronosphere onto 3! Granola in trouble! He just aimed the Sonic Wave. He's dead! RP tries to save him, but just misses. Double kill for Festival. It's a disaster, and GG is called. That was the last hurrah. They had to give it their all. They didn't die with a whimper, but with a battle roar, a scream, a cry. You take it from here, folks. Back to you at the studio. Let's see the replay of the last fight. Oh, the Sonic Wave into the Chrono. Oh. That honestly was a very good RP. I think that RP was like the 0.5% chance of them maybe winning the game. Or sorry, winning the team fight.
Yeah. He did the best he could in that situation. It's literally like it's the Doctor Strange. This is the one way.
Yeah. But a 2-0 for Saturday night out. JK, I'm in my jammies. Wait, I actually am. Spider-Man PJs. 2-0, they're now 6-0, and Phylacrity boys are 4-2. There's one more week left of this Swiss format, and then all these games would mean nothing, because they're just going to go into round robin. And hey, you know what? Maybe that's what they were doing with the Chaos Knight. Just try it out. You're still in the Swiss format. Gotta see what works, what doesn't. And sometimes you have flexibility in your draft. Sometimes you have too much flexibility. You cook too much, and things are overcooked. Slightly burnt.
Yeah, they cook too hard.
Yeah, but after a long game one of a 60-minute match and back and forth, you know, game two being different, not the worst thing. I'm sure they would have been very exhausted if this also went to another 60-minute game. I know I would be very exhausted. It's almost midnight. But good performance. I think both of these teams look good. I'm sure they're gonna make it pretty deep in the playoffs. Both of these sides, I like how they play. Thoughts from either?
I think they.
Not really.
I think that they had a good first half of their drafts, and then really just big brained it too hard in the second half of the draft. And I do think, honestly, if they had, even if they kept the same draft and just made that swap, like I said, of Weaver 4 and through the CK safe lane, I think they would have had a better chance. I think maybe just don't, especially against a team that's already shown that they like picking Timber as much as they do. Don't pick as many strength/universal heroes against that. Is probably something to consider moving forward against this team, and that's just a general rule for everyone in the league. If you want to pick all these tanky heroes, just be aware this team is very willing and happy to punish you for that.
And in different ways. We saw game 1 a completely different build on Danathan than this game. Different facet, different skill builds in the lane. So he's definitely comfortable.
Yes.
And we're going to be blamed for him never playing it for the rest of the season.
Patron on Hoodwink. 2 really solid performances on it. I think this Jakiro is probably the hero you want to live playing up against them with. Just don't let them get the disruptor. Between the techies and the Hoodwink, it's hard to really decide. Because it was at the first week, Patron popped off on the Hoodwink, and then once again popped off in this game 2 with him. The supports add a lot of pressure for jammies in the draft in terms of how you want to actually conduct that. So teams are going to have an interesting time trying to figure out, especially the first phase, how they want to approach these teams, and specifically how you get an advantage, because you're going to have to give them something in the first phase. So I'd like to see teams, especially entering this round robin stage, come in with a significant plan of, hey, this is the hero we're going to give up. Here's our ideas that we have to counter it, and not just in this one hero, but make sure you're actually finding ways of, this is the hero that they want to play. We want to play something that's going to punish the way that this hero wants to play around the map and things like that. So jammies have looked really good. They show a lot of flexibility. Festival's just getting a lot of farm. He's laning incredibly well. And then just able to do a lot of good things off of that with the heroes that he's on. But Phylacrity boys, that game 1 performance is really solid. Couple things to look at in terms of cleaning up team fight form and things like that. And then honestly, this game 2, I think is almost entirely on a draft loss, but you can figure those things out. So not too concerning for them.
Yeah, and I would just say I think the only call that I really have is something I just mentioned between games, which was just that first game was really awesome to see, like, neither team give up and sort of keep battling away at it, especially over a longer game. And so I just hope they take that, and like other teams kind of take that same energy throughout the whole series.
Yeah. Well, definitely an entertaining series, and I look forward to what next week's matchups are going to be. When are matchups coming out? Well, that's all we have for you guys today. Thanks for tuning in. Mad Dog out.